Hey guys, this is Mark here from Street Effects, and today we're going to be doing a comparison between all different models of GT-Rs. We're going to run an R32, an R33, an R34 and an R35 on the dyno. But on top of that, right now I'm in a 2017 R35 GT-R Nismo edition. This is $330,000 in Australia. So what we're going to do is actually also compare this against a normal 2017 Nissan GT-R, which is around about $180,000 to $200,000 on the road. So let's see what amount of power you actually get out of that extra $100,000. So that'll be an R32 through to R35 and R35 Nismo today at the dynos. So we'll see you at GT Auto Garage. So we've just had this 32 GT-R up on the dyno. It's the first time it's actually ever been dynoed since the new owner has it in Australia. So thanks very much for letting us use it. It just put down 173 kilowatts, 173 kilowatts, which worked out to be about 232 horsepower at all four wheels. We'll take this one off and we're going to run another car in a little bit. Alright, we're just throwing the R34 GT-R on the dyno now, and we've run into a small problem here. What's our problem? What have we done?
Oh, the lock nuts.
Yeah, so what have you got? You got
Gorilla lock nuts from America.
Yeah.
So yeah, these have the free spinning sleeve. So I will make sure that no one steals these rings. No one can take them out.
Oh, then we also can't put it on the dyno. Alright, cool. So we're just going to go and head back to Sean's place now and go grab the locking nuts, the tool that we need for it, and then we'll finally get to be able to put this one on the dyno and see how it compares to the other ones. While we're waiting for the 34 to go on the dyno, check out this Bentley here. Someone has bought one of these and they decided it wasn't fast enough from factory, so they've boosted it. They're building some new intercools, which is why the whole front bar's off at the moment. And they're going to be 3D scanning the front of this car so that they can actually fit some upgraded intercoolers to this thing. It's going to be an absolute monster. Apparently it's making like 200 horsepower more than factory now already. So it'll be crazy once it's had these intercoolers put onto it. This is some of the awesome stuff we see down here at GT Auto. Like, have a look around here. We've got the Bentley. We've got my car, which is our long-term project. We've got a 33, a 35 and a 34 there. This one here was making over 1100 horsepower at all four wheels. And there's a 32, so we've even got all the generations here in one row, just not in order. Got everything. This is what caused us an hour and a half delay. We had to go get this key so we can unlock the wheels. Wheels off it finally. As we've seen on our previous dynos, this is a hub type, so that meant that we couldn't put those other wheels, we couldn't get them off until we had the lock tool. So let's see what this thing puts out. It's stock with, I think it just has an exhaust, so we'll see how we go. Alright, so we've just finished dyno run on the R34 NER edition. Now, something that you guys may or may not know, the NER spec one actually runs a different block, different turbos, so it's probably more comparable to when we ran the Nismo edition of the R35. So it's not exactly fair to compare it against the normal base spec one, but this rate made 230 kilowatts at all four wheels, or 308 horsepower. That's pretty impressive. It does run a fair bit more boost than the standard ones. This was running 14 pound of boost, so that would explain the increased power, but that sort of still gives us a progression between all of the GT-Rs so far. I'll put the dyno graph up, but like I said, the NER is going to make more power than the normal spec.
So the lowest one, 32 GT-R standard, 6,500 it starts. It'll rev out to 7, but we were actually hitting the 180k speed limit.
That's right, yeah.
And then the next dotted line is the 33 GT-R. It wasn't exactly fully standard, so it's a little bit hard to compare.
Yeah, but it's very difficult to get hold of a 33 these days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then obviously the NER and the 34 and and a lot more top end power and a lot more top end torque.
Yeah.
See, obviously with the
these are the boost.
The boost levels difference.
Yeah. So this is the 32's boost level.
Yep.
The 33's boost level. So it was sitting about 10 pounds.
Other way around. So that was a 33. That was a 32.
Oh really?
And that was a 34.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But see, the 33 holds boost a lot better.
Yeah. Just laid down 349 kilowatts at all four wheels, which is 467 horsepower. So that's actually a pretty impressive result considering factory claims that they're only 570 horsepower at the engine. So that's only like a 100 horsepower loss from the flywheel. So it's actually a fairly impressive result. Next we've got this one up, the R35 and Nismo edition. Now, these ones here are supposed to put out, from factory, just under 600 horsepower at the flywheel, so it'll be really interesting to see what it actually puts down to the wheels once we get it on the dyno. So we just got the Nismo R35 off the dyno. From factory they claim that these are 590 horsepower. We made at the wheels 516 horsepower, so that's a pretty impressive result. That's way more than we actually expected. Alright, so that concludes our tests of all the different generations of GT-Rs. So we saw the 32, the 33, the 34, the 35, and the 35 Nismo edition. In summary, what we've got here is the R32 put down 232 horsepower, which is 173 kilowatts, 300 Newton meters of torque, and it was pushing 10.5 pounds of boost. The R33 was 286 horsepower, which is 213 kilowatts, 303 Newton meters at 9.7 psi, and the R34 NER spec, 308 horsepower or 230 kilowatts, and that's 345 Newton meters. The R35 normal 2017 edition, it put down 469 horsepower or 350 kilowatts, and that was 600 Newton meters of torque, and it was at 14.4 psi. And the R35 Nismo edition, 516 horsepower or 385 kilowatts and 606 Newton meters at 15.1 psi boost. Pretty good comparison there from all this. It's the first time I've seen all of them put on the dyno at the same time. Being that some of these cars are older than the others, it's difficult to get them all stock all the time. So some of them had like an exhaust, some of them had like intake filters, things like that, but we got them all as stock as we could possibly get. Huge thanks to GT Auto Garage, and massive thanks to all the owners of the cars to let us throw them all in the dyno. And we've also got some photo shoot that we did the other night showing the generations of all the GT-Rs. Anyway guys, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe our channel, because we do go to a bit of effort to make this happen, and we'd love to have you on board for the next video. Alright guys, see yous.